Good morning. Hey, give some props to the ups, props to the crops, props to the ca- Capitol Hill for trying to pass marijuana on a federal level. But it seems like it probably won't get past the Senate. But props to that, how props to fucking Business Insider for not even letting you read a fucking article uh, without paying for it. Shout out. I get it. I get it. I get fun of it. But yeah, Mitch McConnell, Bitch McConnell, he says, there will never be a marijuana bill that I will pass or something. He's like, he never wants to see it. It's like, my guy, you're really out of touch. And he's sitting there like, they're worried about, marijuana over COVID. It's like, man, your fucking guy, president guy, is more concerned about a fake fucking fraud than COVID. So, we can all play some fucking thing like... but in reality, it's just the fact that I guess it's just party being petty. Parties being petty. So shout out to the petty party. Shout out to America being 68% approving of marijuana legalization federally. And it's weird, it feels weird to be the guy that's like, I get it gets kind of annoying being the guy that's like, legalize it, and all this stuff. But there's a reason a lot of people say that. Think about it. It's fine to drink and all that kind of stuff if that's what you want to do. But some fucking people have opted out of that operation. Some people opted out of that, and I don't know, certain people, certain personalities just go with it more. And I know it's the corniest thing in the whole world, but if the world smoked a fucking bowl, blunt, whatever you do, I think everybody would be a lot more calm. Alright, so this is, as the cannabis industry continues to take root state by state, Congress will consider whether to remove marijuana from the Federal Controlled Substance Act once and for all. The House will vote Friday, shout out to the House for trying, on the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act, or MORE Act, which would decriminalize cannabis and clear the way to ease nonviolent federal marijuana conviction. Yeah, that's the thing. Can you imagine having that held against you? It's like, man. It just blows my mind when you think about how, harmless it is and overall safe and, good for you. Many benefits. Not just for the body, but for the mind. Because I feel like certain people, I would describe it as like So basically my mind oftentimes just feels like, just like, and it's hard to catch up with yourself. It's hard to, it's hard to keep up with your own head sometimes. But when you smoke, I feel like it's like, and then it slows down a little bit. And instead of your head spinning around, you're able to more focus in on topic to topic. Because I would say that's definitely a big problem. Just the like manicness of it all. Friday's vote would mark the first time a full chamber of Congress has taken up the issue of federally decriminalizing cannabis. Nixon declared a war on drugs in the early 1970s, calling drug abuse public enemy number one. Alright, look, I mean, that's the thing. People want to lump it in. People want to lump it in with, like, all this crazy shit that's, like, obviously bad. And with the knowledge of, like, what certain drugs and stuff do to you nowadays, it's kind of like, are you special ops? Or are you, like, clear? Because, I mean, with all the knowledge out there about other drugs that they say are gateways. Yeah, well, if you were going to gateway to that anyway, then maybe you need some, like, education on thinking. Because, yeah, I mean, I have never ever once wanted to or thought about fucking gatewaying my ass out of the marijuana, you know? I mean, there's a fucking, there's so many people, like, to blame on the opioid crisis, and, like, I personally know a few people, and it's just, like, really sad to see. And I mean, those people that do get caught up in, like, really bad stuff like that, it is a bad thing to put them in jail, I guess. Because I guess that really isn't helping. But I mean, it's gotta get a message across. That's the thing, it should be more about, like, rehabilitation and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, gateway bullshit. That's special ops, meaning retarded ops. So I mean, you'd have to be down with the retarded operations to even do that nowadays, because there's so much knowledge about it. And I guess you could say, hey, I guess you could say the same about a cigarette, because we all know it's fucking bad. So yeah, I guess I'm special ops in that way. But I mean, I just see nicotine as, like, one of the simple joys of life. I mean, damn. Nicotine and caffeine. The game says, sleep is the cousin of death. Well, I don't know if he made that up, but isn't that song? But yeah, I mean, I definitely have, like, acidic, or I don't know what it is, some kind of stomach thing, and I really can't drink carbonated stuff, right? So the ops had to try to opt out on sody pops and fucking anything carbonated, really. And that's the thing. I have to have some kind of energy thing. So I try to go deep into coffee, which I enjoy, but it only is for the winter. Because I really can't do, I can't do coffee in the summer. That would be special ops. Coffee in the summer, that's just like chili. I fucking love chili. But it's right in the damn title. When it's chilly, have some chili. Because I can't, I mean, on a fucking summer day, hot coffee and some fucking chili. That seems like special ops. I think, yeah, I mean, like, teas. Shout out to White Tea Monster. I like that. But yeah. I go downstairs this morning, I see this new thing that I've heard of, Liquid IV, and I tried it, and it's like hydration, and all this weird stuff, super hydration, and it has like caffeine, and I'm pretty excited about that because I can already tell the acidic part of the coffee thing not bothering me. So I'm pretty happy with Liquid IV so far. It just sounds intense. A Liquid IV. Alright, so shout out to fucking Barack Obama, who is actually gonna be on Fallon tonight. Friday. Obama Friday. But Obama, Bush, and Clinton plan to get the vaccine publicly and film it to build confidence. Now look, when you're a kid, you get vaccinated with stuff. In the past, vaccines have been given out. So I have no fucking problem with taking a vaccine. The thing is, I'm not that high up on the priority list, rightfully so. Gotta take care of the older people, the nurses, doctors, stuff like that first. And yeah, I mean, when the time comes, I trust it, I'll take it, but it does make me a little worried. I'm not gonna lie, there's a little bit of me like, hey, they rushed this kind of. I mean, they need to. But they've kind of rushed it, it feels a little bit, and, I mean, we don't know, like, long-term effect of stuff like that. But, I mean, we're in the future, man. We're in the future, it makes sense that it would get off faster, it makes sense that it would be safe. And they're waiting for the, like, FDA to approve it. So, I mean, shout out to the fucking FDA. But, I mean, I don't think they're all rainbows. Because I know they approve shit that... I mean, look at our fucking grocery stores. About 90% of it is... not food even almost. So yeah, I mean, I trust it, and shout out to fucking Bush, Clinton, and Obama. It's funny seeing these three together because in spite of the like division of the current guy, it's good to see like three normal past presidents, different parties, just being like decent people and like being leaders, you know. Because, I think this is the most unpresidential, unclassy way of anybody ever leaving office ever. Came in like a coward, leave like a coward. So shout out to that. So yeah, I mean, them filming it, sure. But it doesn't, it's to make people feel safe and trusted. But I mean, you could really they could really be putting anything in. But that's the thing, I think it's, like operating in the light just to try and trust the government. It's all very confusing, and that's why I don't, yeah, I mean, I don't really go to any party or anything like that. I don't go to any parties or party affiliations. But yeah, I mean, I don't really like to call myself either, because I just see it as like two sides with really no compromise and just digging deeper into what they think. So I mean, I'm not either. I don't care if you got a fucking R, a donkey, a D, a fucking elephant. It's really about, like, trying to pick people that clearly lead with their heart and not by, like, just labeling party stuff. Because why is there two of everything? There's only two options. So opting into more options is good. And opting out of basically, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's almost like a fucking blood crip thing. Pepsi, Coke, Apple, Apple, Microsoft, Walmart, Meyer. We get two options. I guess one of those options would be light or dark. Well, I'm gonna pick the light every time. So shout out to the fucking light. Hey, so I think this is kind of funny. People, well, see, that's the thing. When I say there's a movement, what that really means is four Republican Ohio State representatives filed articles of impeachment against Republican Governor Mike DeWine. Now look, I get it. This fucking guy coming on the TV every day and being like, I don't know. I get that it's annoying hearing him say that stuff. Like, alright, you fucking nerd. Like, I'll fucking do it. But I mean, he is right. And like, I think it's kind of annoying to like close stuff down, and I don't really agree about keeping bars open and not schools and all that kind of stuff. But I do get the school thing, because it's like a bunch of fucking sick ass kids. You know how I mean, when I was in school, I got sick all the fucking time. I may have had like a weak immune system or something like that, but being in that fucking box of fucking 9,000 kids, like, holy fuck. I got sick, I don't know, it felt like every couple months. So yeah, I mean, shout out to trying to build an immune system. Shout out to peppers, for red peppers, for being one of the most high vitamin C foods there is. And shout out to oranges. I used to eat like, I used to get an orange every day, but that was because of my job back then. And I used to eat broccoli and like chicken. I'm trying to opt back into that, but you know, the no money ops has got to survive, has got to eat, so with the situation the ops is in, I just got to eat what is around, basically. But I've been making strides to make better habits and make better patterns, and just try to take care of myself, cause I mean, damn, if I were to eat healthy, which I've been doing not too bad at, I have fucking chicken nuggets basically and fries. They were like sweet potato, but I don't think the chicken nugget part, well, they're kind of like chicken tender or whatever you want to call them. But I had that for dinner. But I mean, throughout the day, I ate a fucking pepper and a sandwich and a fucking yeah, breakfast. Shout out to fucking breakfast. I have like always, I've never ever been a breakfast, like, I've never done breakfast. I think mainly because if I'm up early, it'd probably be for a 9 to 5 that I fucking do not feel any motivation towards. And I know I'm just like, I don't know, it's like a full circle thing. If you live like, if you're living how you want, then you're like, holy fuck, I want to be healthy too. But yeah, I mean, if I were to really opt into like fully being healthy, which I know I can do, because I feel very motivated to do that. But yeah, I mean, the only fucking thing is smoking cigarettes. And if I could opt out of that, which that seems almost impossible, but because I just enjoy it a lot, and like it just seems like it's so simple, and I don't give a fuck what people say about vaporizers. I mean, I don't want to drink a fucking kiwi cigarette. I want to smoke a nicotine like tobacco. And I've opted out of like a lot of running and exercise like that, because I'm like, shit, I'm not gonna be able to fucking breathe. Because I always think like, it's not even worth, I think it's like, it's not even worth running if I'm smoking a cigarette. I remember one time like trying to, yeah, like go on these long jogs, walks, a couple miles, and I'm sitting there like grabbing cigarettes for the walk. So it's kind of like counterproductive in that way. But yeah, I mean, shout out to the fact that I'm aware of it. It's just something I genuinely fucking really like. So that's gonna be hard, and I don't give a fuck about vapors. They're fun, and they produce a lot of like smoke. It's fun to see it all, or vapor. That's the thing that always gets me. You just think about like, you can just feel it like coating your lungs, and then you almost feel like you just like, yeah, I mean, I just picture it like sticking to your lungs and like dripping down. But there may be no there may be no way to really get around it. You're either gonna smoke or not. So shout out. Alright, so so I've been able to try like different apples. They've gotten like a Fuji, a Gala apple. Shout out to the fact that I don't know if I'm down for these fucking tiny. There's tiny apples downstairs. But these were sent to me. And this is the Fuji. And it looks like a real, like, big apple. So shout out to that. It looks like, so we're gonna go through some fucking apples. Types of apples. Wow. There are a lot of fucking apples. It's exciting though, like it's like, wow. Cause you just think like, alright, a fruit, an apple, an orange. And then you look and you're like, wow, there's like 50 apples. A Cox Orange Pippin apple, that sounds cool. Golden Delicious apple. Honey Crisp. James Grieve apples. Gala. Pink Lady. Pacific Rose apples. Sugar Bay. Jono Gold. Granny Smith. I've never been a fan of that. I'm not a sour apple kind of guy. I like the sweet versus the sour. Same in life. I like the sweets. I like the sweetness over sourness. That makes me think, I wonder how many types of bananas. Because I only know one type of banana. How many species of banana are there? 1,000. What in the fuck? There's 1,000 banana types. That seems crazy. I wonder if I can find. Well, that's what this straight up says. And this is from PBS. Shout out to fucking PBS. I remember them always asking for funding. Okay, so it says bananas are both a fruit and not a fruit. Well, the banana plant is. So this is the thing. Why we gotta label it like a fruit or not a fruit or a vegetable? Like, hey, if it's fucking healthy, then I mean, who cares? There are way more varieties than you probably think. Grown in more than 150 countries, it is widely believed there are more than 1,000 types of bananas in the world, which are subdivided into 50 groups. The most common is Cavendish, the one most frequently produced for exports. Yeah, I mean, shout out to the fact that since I've been opted into breakfast, which is nice, milk, I've been opting into milk for that reason. And because I seen the story of the guy like hanging to his boat, and he said the first thing he's gonna do when he gets back was eat a peanut butter and banana sandwich. I always hear about people saying that, so I tried it, and holy fuck, I mean, damn. It's very good, and I always tried to opt out of peanut butter because it fucking messes up my stomach, it feels like. But that's the thing, like I said, I used to put, well yeah, I'd put like a fucking like half inch of peanut butter, toast a, what do you call it? A muffin. I think that's what it's called. An English muffin, yeah. Toast that like crazy, and then put the peanut butter on, and then microwave it. Microwave it, and then you got like, it drips all in, and it's really good. But it's like definitely not good to have probably that much peanut butter. So, but yeah, I mean, shout out to that. Bananas can help fix a splinter or a skipping disc. I do remember hearing that. That's a way to like fix scratches. I remember somebody telling me to put like toothpaste on DVDs and discs. I think that worked too. But maybe it's just a like illusion of like doing something about it. So I like that. Alright, well hey, I mean, it's a special Friday. It's sunny. There's refrozen snow. Possibly some rain may be coming, but that's the thing about life. Rain might always be coming, but you gotta be your own sunlight. So shout out to taking care of yourself, and shout out to Barack on Fallon tonight. Shout out to Saturday Night Live, new Saturday. Shout out to Sunday Night Football. Shout out to Sundays. Shout out to that being a nice, I like that. Sunday being a day of rest. A day of rest, and call it like a mental health day. Call it the spiritual ops. Call it the God ops. But yeah. Opt into the fucking light. And hey, shout out to this thing, which I guess was in my, well, my dad gave it to me. And it's a fucking dime-cent dollar counter, a quick adder. I think it's pretty cool. And I like that, because it's one of those things where, like, you put all the tools into one thing, and then it just kind of makes it boring, or takes the creativity out of it. Because, yeah, I mean, shout out to Little Tools, which I can almost guarantee you is probably a rapper. Because there's a fucking Lil everything. I think Lil and Big need to be done with it. As far as, like, naming rappers. It doesn't look like there's a Lil Tool. This is the thing about young rappers. Upcoming Dallas-based rapper Lil Loaded charged with murder. Well, who couldn't see that coming? Hey, Lil Loaded shot somebody. Was he a Lil Loaded? Yeah, like that little boozy guy. I think he murdered somebody, and people were like, "Free Boozy." Like, I don't know about that. Boozy. The rapper Boozy Badass. I don't know, man. He seems like a pretty, I don't know. he doesn't seem so bright. I'm just gonna say that. The rapper Boozy Badass, AZZ, and a passenger were jailed on drug and gun charges after being pulled over south of Atlanta. County jail records show the 36-year-old rapper faces charges of failing to maintain his lane, drug possession, and having a gun during a crime. So this is something else he did. Yeah. In 2010, Lil Boozy and his former CEO released Unbreakable as a compilation. As of 2010, Lil Boozy has announced that while he is still in prison on charges of murder and conspiracy and potentially facing the death penalty, he wants to move forward with his hip-hop career. Yeah, I mean, I just don't get why... I don't get how you could be coming up like that and be successful and then throw it all away. That just seems like terrible decision making. Hey, you know what? My dreams are coming true. Let me go fucking murder a guy. So yeah, shout out to Boozy. I don't really think about the death penalty. I don't really know if I believe in that, but I do know that I guess like it's necessary for certain things. But I still feel like everybody, I mean, life is just like the most precious thing ever. I think that's like trying to play God, like death penalty, and people killing people, and it's trying to play God. I mean, God, well, I don't know. You could say God's plan was to keep you alive, or God's plan was to be shot by Lil Boozy. But I don't know why God would plan that. I don't know why God would plan Lil Boozy to fucking shoot a guy. So, shout out to hoping this guy, New York Post, Boozy Badass claims he paid for sex for 14-year-old son. Alright, well I know headlines tear people apart, I'm just reading a headline, but I'm just saying, the whole Boozy out of jail, I don't know about that. But yeah, shout out to the death of all these young rappers going on nowadays, because they're opting into fucking pills and all that kind of stuff. And violence. And that's all ending the careers of a lot of people coming up. So I mean, I think it's probably a fact of like dealing with the new stress of like being a public figure, or just like thinking it's cool, or rapping about it. Which it's funny how the mood of different raps have changed over the years. Shout out to Kanye for making like basically changing the game with, I guess, what you would call like emotional rap. Because rap didn't really have a soft side until Kanye came through. And made the songs that a lot of people would be too afraid to make, especially Jesus Walks. So yeah. But yeah, it's Friday. Opt into the Late Night Ops TV. Opt into the Late Night Ops pod. And be sure to opt into the light. Alright, well, this is the Late Night Ops. Follow Late Night Ops TV, Late Night Ops pod. And subscribe to the fucking YouTube thing. And the ops is gonna keep operating. Happy Friday. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy lights. So keep the light, keep the love, and keep striving. Alright, this is the Late Night Ops, and I'll see you in a minute.